What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel. We're going to get into some Love and Marriage Huntsville today, season 8, episode 5. Before we do that, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and yeah, so let's get into this mess that's going on over here in Huntsville. Destiny is meeting up with this man. We're going to make this a whole conversation. We're going to make this a whole conversation so they can officially break up and leave us out of this shit. Um, I guess this makes it official. This conversation is what they call closure. Everybody understands how they were shitty in the relationship. And, moving forward, we're going to move along without each other. I'm guessing that's what this conversation was all about. Um, Destiny was talking a lot about, they were going back and forth about, how each other was showing up in the relationship. He was supposed to be taking care of her, I guess, and sweeping her off her feet. Destiny, learn how to take care of yourself without mugshots. I'm just saying. Like, I don't know what was going on with you and this man for the last 15 years. Y'all was in and y'all was out. Seems like you're out all the way out because now the man has a wife. And as you know, it was really messy how they did things over there. And this man is over here without his, mouthpiece to tell him how to answer questions. So he looks kind of kerfuffled, trying to keep up with the timeline and things of it all, how you didn't do things you were supposed to do. And it seems like y'all didn't like each other a lot. So, everything turned out, I suppose, the way it was supposed to. And I want us to stop arguing about babies that we never had, Destiny. This baby that you and Moses never had didn't have a name because it ain't an actual thing. So we can stop doing that. Justice, law. He didn't name the business law. He named the baby's justice. Justice is the name that you didn't name your child because there isn't one. Can we stop doing that, please? Destiny, why do you want to try to have this man's baby? Y'all be doing the most. I'm just saying. So Tisha started her training with Trisha. And here y'all go again. Y'all want me to sit here and say Tisha and Trisha 175 11 times. And I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to talk really slow. And if it gets tangled up, then I don't know how y'all are going to figure out which one I'm talking about. The lady in the pink. The lady in the pink is Tisha. The lady in the red is Trisha. Just in case you didn't get all that. Tisha, you look cute in that jumpsuit, girl. I'm just saying, she's a pink girl. She looks pretty in pink. Um, they have a little get to know you conversation, and so how are you from Huntsville? Yes, I'm from Huntsville. You know Martell? Yeah, I know Martell. I went to school with his brother. I don't know what's going over here with Martell and Trisha. Trisha keeps talking like this, and I don't know what to say, and I was confused by the situation. I'm not buying it, Trisha. You got too much going on in your life, girl, to be just someone. I ain't buying it. And the way you and Martell was over there being a couple of weirdos, I'm just saying. Trisha was, asking her about her man, like, so you're my husband knows your husband. No, yeah, well, he knows my ex-husband, who's not actually my husband, because I have a fiance, not actual fiance situationship over at my house. And so, yeah, he knows the guy that I'm married to, but not actually married to, but I'm still married to him. Trisha's like, okay, so, all right, that's cute. Listen, they decided that despite the fact that this lady was friends with Stormy, that it would be fine that they train each other and, they think each other is cute and nice and they're going to be friends. And I think this is how relationships are built. I would rather watch Tisha go to the gym and work out and create a real bond with this lady than to be sitting around trying to pretend like her and Mel are ever going to be anything other than just people that work on the set together. Speaking of Mel, she's having a party at her house. It's real cute. Mel does what Mel does. She's promoting her business. I feel like she's not an actual cast member anymore. I'm interested in watching her business grow. So if she's gonna come through and do this, like I don't need her friends. It's fine. We don't need her to get hooked up with no man either. Um, like she said, she's still in the healing process, and I agree. This fool is still over here doing a whole lot in her life, and they still in court and all of that, and that's not a healthy place to be trying to start something. Now, I think she be out here doing whatever it is she be doing out here. And I think that's a good place to be. Enjoy that. Let me, let's keep seeing your businesses and things. And, we can have a meetup with Kimmy and them like beginning of the season and maybe like cash trip. Like we'll figure out ways to like hang out and stuff and without actually, pretending like the signature six, the core floor, the comeback groups or however, whatever name they is. We don't want any more of that. Martell meets Trisha again, I guess. Is that what happened over here? They can't got called over to Stormy's house because Stormy's hosting this Galentine's Day party, and I'm sure it's gonna be cute. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I don't think there's gonna be chairs thrown unless her and Tisha get into it, but that's to be determined. She would like to have Martell prance around with his shirt off, in her body oil stuff that she's launching. And I'm like, why the hell not? Like that's what he is, a little, like pussy boy. Might as well like put him in a Playboy costume and parade him around those ladies that, be acting nervous when he walks into a room. Just saying. Like your friend did over here. She's over here like, obsessing over exercise to the point where now, apparently her body is stacked. And now I would like for you to also walk around in a panty thong and get oil rubbed all on you by a bunch of models. Just let Ken do it. Don't let her get rubbed on by other people. Like, yes, send all the ladies over there that want to rub on Martell. Let them do that, but don't be letting nobody rub on her because she don't need it. She don't need it. She's like, I can't be in a thong. I have to really process that. I'm just so shy. Meanwhile, her and Martell over here, like, what are they doing? I'm not sure. He's a terrible actor, first of all. So whatever that thing was he was doing and that stupid look he be making, like, was all very weird. Like him walking in, oh, hi, I'm Martell. Nice to meet you. And she's like hiding behind her hair and like, why did he say that? What do I? Then she said, how's Tez? Oh, you know my brother? Yes. Did you just didn't hear me say how's Tez? And he's like, he's great. He's doing great. Actually, not great. He's kind of currently incarcerated. Well, that's a big gap, like from great, really great to incarcerated, Martell, which leaned into the weirdness because I was like, that's what is going on with these two? And then she said he just saw her down to the Target because he said, oh my God, oh yeah, now I remember who you are. You went to school with my brother. So you went from not recognizing her at all to realizing she went to school with your brother. And Stormy's like, what the hell is wrong with you people? What is happening right now? It was very weird. Glazed. The people gonna get body glazed. And Martell said he ain't really been working out, and the people out here in these streets be having expectations of him to be all buffed out and cut up, and so he's not gonna be able to do that. But what's gonna happen is now this lady that's over here hiding behind her hand, pretending like Martell is somebody other than this nigga Martell. Um, yeah, she doesn't. She's gonna help him get back in shape. Stormy asked her, Stormy, why do you ask her that? Stormy asked her to go ahead and train Martell so he could get his physique ready to get glazed up by a bunch of models. And she was like, well, normally I don't train men, but for you, Stormy, I'll do it. Huh. Okay. How come you don't get Ken to do it? Just saying. Hmm. Anyway, so Martell leaves and Stormy's like, so what the hell's going on with you? Why, what was that all about? Y'all were acting weird. I know, it's so confusing. I was wondering the same thing. I wonder why he did that. But if you wonder, why didn't you ask him? When he said, I'm Martell, you should have been like, I realized that, Martell. I'm Trisha. Remember? I used to hang out with your brother. I'm not sure about the relationship between her and Martell's brother. But it was like they're talking about when he was in high school and stuff. I was with Martell when, because I'm like, from high school, she might look different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think like initially he would walk in the door, but he was laying on a little thick. And I was like, well, Martell, like, come on. But then when she said she just saw him at Target and they were like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, okay, now you're bugging. Little Trisha, you got me. You got me wanting to know what's going on over there with you. I don't recommend you train Martell. Find somebody else to do it. Sonny and Moses, they're meeting up somewhere. Where are they meeting at? Do y'all not live in Huntsville for real? Y'all just came over to Huntsville to have private meetups with people to say like it was January 12th and not January 9th, and how Destiny was not really your friend. And girl, he comes in and he's like, yeah, so I met with Destiny the other day, and this is your conversation. Come on. I bet she was out in the car, just like Troy used to be out in the car for Kim. Like that lady is not going to let you too far off that leash, especially when it comes to Destiny. So the first thing she wants to know is what was Destiny wearing at the meetup? Don't worry about it. Bangs. Destiny was wearing bangs. You should think about that. Now, Sonny, you show up as this person that did a terrible thing. The second episode, ta-da, here comes Sunny and Moses. Then ding, 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 ding. You down to the Carlos podcast. That's your introduction over here. Then you proceeded to walk, through the streets of Huntsville, telling anybody that would listen about the timeline and how Destiny wasn't your friend. And you showed up here again, being absolutely ridiculous, calling this lady got flued out to get humped on and sent back home. Like, come on, stop saying that's not what it was. Her and this man were dating. I don't, whatever the dynamics was, side chicks and things, and y'all love to call somebody a damn side chick. I feel like Destiny and this man were dating in between relationships. I feel like in between relationships, they could kick back and see like what's good. They could kept on spitting the block for 15 years. And here you come, snatch the man up. It's fine because it doesn't seem like Destiny liked him a whole lot anyway, but I'm just saying. Now you over here like disparaging this lady's name. She already over here dealing with mud shots and things. She does not need you over here calling her a side chick that got flued out to get smashed on. And you act like Destiny's not supposed to feel away. Like, I'm not even that big of a Destiny fan, to be honest, but I think, are you for real? You think she was supposed to be like, oh, that's cool. Destiny, don't befriend the producers. They're there to ask you questions, get all up in your business. You're supposed to share it with them. And, y'all said she wasn't sharing. Apparently, she was sharing it with Sunny. Y'all was asking the wrong person. Moses, for some reason, brings up that he forgot his ring. Okay, don't do that. Now you're in big trouble, mister. Okay, so now what are we going to do? This Moses man has talked to Destiny. If I was Destiny, I wouldn't go nowhere near Sunny. Ain't no conversations to be had. So are y'all about to go back to wherever you came from? Because what are you going to do from here? Moses seems like he gets along fine with everyone, but Sunny, what are you going to do? Because Tisha ain't having it. She's Destiny's friend. And if there's gonna be things and events going on, they're gonna be doing you the same way they do Martell and be like, well, we invited Destiny, so you gotta stay your ass at home. So I don't know what do we need these people anymore? I don't think so. I think we got it. I think we got it. Sometimes between January and April, was like fuck Destiny and got married. Jesus. So it's little, what's the name? What's this lady's name? Jesus. It's little Trisha's birthday. Her man made her birthday dinner. He wants to know what the hell is going on. Like, are you trying to be divorced or what is happening? And we want to know the same thing, Trisha, Trish. What are you doing? It's been 2 years. You got the muscle man, you done brought him home with you. Y'all are raising children together and doing family stuff. And there's no paperwork in the works with the ex-husband that what did he do? How does that work? I've never been married before. I feel like if you've all made it all the way to fiance, you should start writing some papers, signing some papers. Some things needs to be happening. Kim, what's wrong with you? Why are you over here pressing this situation? Let that lady figure things out. I mean, I guess. Listen, it's too late now. They're somewhere between a wedding and a divorce. We just met them, and I don't know, Ken, but keep your eye on Martell because something ain't clean in the water. Um, that's it. Next week we discuss how Marcel is a shitty contractor and Kimmy is like, ain't nobody playing with y'all. This is our real business. So we're gonna sit down and figure out like how to make these timelines work. Tisha, that means no more office for you. And I don't know what house they're gonna be building on, but it feels like this one is the one that they're gonna stay in for now. And maybe he has time to, stick a shovel in the ground and get his picture took. It's Nell's birthday. We don't know if she's 60 or not, but we know she looks cute. I mean, I guess. Did that lady say she said she's somehow related to Nell, but she don't know how? Hmm. Now, what is going on with this lady? Get the tea so we can get the tea. And then you and Stormy can go down to the daycare and gossip about it within a safe space. And then, let us in on what's going on. Tisha and Stormy go tango down to somebody's party. I don't know if it was, but you're not finna tango with me, Tisha, at my party. Maybe it was Nell's birthday party, but they over there about to get into it. That's exactly what Nell didn't want. So I guess we'll see what happens with Tisha and the Scotts next week. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and we'll be back. We'll be back next week. Bye, y'all.